Hey guys, Shane here again with One Shift at a Time. We are doing episode 21 of the NHL Power Rankings for the 2023 season, and we only got a couple of these left. I believe it is 3 more of these, including this one, for the rest of the season, and we're into the playoffs. Can you believe it? Holy smokes. Let's jump right in. Of course, it is number 10, the Dallas Stars. They're 40, 20, and 14 for 94 points. That's second in the Central. And they're playing some very wishy-washy hockey right now. Over the last 6 games, they've done a win one, lose one pattern, repeated 3 times. And you know what? They're still sitting in a good place. They're not right in the wild card race at this time, but you never know with soft play like that. They're going to take on the Coyotes on Friday. Number 9, we have the Los Angeles Kings. They are 43, 21, and 10. 96 points for second in the Pacific. They're winners of 3 of their last 4. And they did have a bit of a setback versus the Flames that could have tied them for first place if they would have been able to win that game. They would have been tied with the Golden Knights for first in the division. But they're still in the hunt, and they have a very tough game as they do take on the Edmonton Oilers tonight. Number 8, we have the New Jersey Devils. They're 46, 20, and 8. That's 100 points, second in the Metro. And you know, last week, I said if they continue to have... I didn't knock them down as much last week because I said, you know, they're a good team. They're in a good place. If they have another bad week, though, I'm going to have to hit them. And it happened. So they are going to have to drop down. They have lost now 6 of their last 8 games. And that is definitely starting to get concerning. This is the time of year where you want to heat up, not cool down. They do really need to turn it around before the playoffs begin, and it does not get easy as they do take on the New York Rangers tonight. Number 7, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're 44, 20, and 10, 98 points, second in the Atlantic, and they did have a tough loss last night, dropping that game in overtime to the Florida Panthers. They've now lost 3 of their last 5. And, you know, they're not in danger of not making the playoffs again, like we talked about with other teams, but it is a little bit concerning. You don't want to be losing these games. They do have the Battle of Ontario coming up on Saturday, where they, I believe, have a chance to really put a damper on Ottawa's chances of making the postseason. Number 6, it is going to be the Carolina Hurricanes. They're 47, 17, and 9, 103 points, first in the Metro, and another team down 4 spots. Just... teams have been playing really good. This does not a slag on them. I mean, they're still second in the NHL. They're a great team. But just right now, they're in a bit of a rough patch as they've lost again 3 of their last 4. And it's not super concerning, but they did get just passed by teams that are playing better. They do take on the Detroit Red Wings tonight. So depending on which Red Wings team shows up, I think that's a winnable game for them. Number 5 is the Minnesota Wild, one of the teams that happened to pass them. They're 44, 22, and 9, 97 points. They're first in the Central. They're winners of 3 in a row, and they're only not higher because, again, the play of others. They've just been playing great teams, beating teams like the Kraken and the Habs, but now they have a really tough test as they go some back-to-back home games with the Las Vegas Golden Knights. So that's going to be huge for that division. Number 4, we have the Edmonton Oilers, or that conference, sorry. The 43, 23, and 9, 95 points, third in the Pacific. Man, this team is on fire lately. They're winners of 7 of their last 8, and just beating everyone. They did lose to the Golden Knights a couple games ago, but they did bounce back and absolutely dominated them last night. They looked really, or 2 nights ago, looked really good in that game. And they could go ahead and pass them and take the whole division if they keep playing the way they are. To win the division, they're going to have to beat teams like LA, and that starts tonight. Number 3, we have the Golden Knights. They're still in there, 46, 22, and 6, 98 points. They're first in the Pacific. It was kind of wishy-washy if I put the Oilers ahead of them because of that game, but the Golden Knights have been playing well already. They did have a 4-game win streak going before that. They take on the Sharks in their next game, so I think that's a game they're going to bounce right back and win. So I think they're in a good spot here at 3rd. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments below if that's not correct. But they do take on back-to-back games against the Wild like we talked about after that Sharks game. So it's in tough there. Number 2, And it is the New York Rangers. They're coming up hard. 44, 20, and 10. 98 points. They're third in the Metro. And they're scorching hot. Winners of 7 of their last 8 as well. And looking almost unbeatable since the trade deadline. Sometimes some teams take a while after the trade deadline to gel with all the new players. But this team just seems like they've been playing all year. And they are looking very dangerous. And they're playing the New Jersey Devils tonight, so let's see if the Devils can bounce back. Number 1, Boston, 57, 12, and 5, 119 points. First in the Atlantic. And you know, they might have some danger from teams like New York and the Edmonton Oilers, both spotting, 7 wins in their last 8 games. No, well, that's what also Boston has. So Boston also has won 7 of their last games. They did lose their last one last night. I think that's more because it was a very desperate Nashville Predators team. And probably at this point in the games, yes, the Boston needs to win one more game to win the NHL record for most regular season games. But it's a little tougher to get up for that than when you're fighting for your life. So I don't really think of it as too much danger. We'll see how they go in their next game, which is against the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. Let me know in the comments below what your top ones are looking like. I assume it's Boston at the top, but let me know if you've switched up with anyone. Like this video, share it around. If you're not already a member, or I'd love to have you subscribe. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next episode.